Okay, sounded like both players kept 7. Mox Diamond to start for Alec, who's on the right with lands. Matthew on the left with Grixis of some kind. Urza's Saga. A Forest was discarded at Mox Diamond. And passing the turn. Good start for lands. Turn 1 Tameo for Matthew. Off the basic island. Good start for Grixis as well. Force of Phil with a great question. How do we feel about no playmat? This comes up a lot in the YouTube comment section. People in the YouTube comment section not a fan of the no playmat thing. Very interesting. Thespian Stage just hit the board. Jerry says Grixis with no playmat makes a statement of some sort. Okay. Yeah, how do people interpret no playmat? Okay, after a ponder, Bloodstained Mire getting cracked here. So we're showing potentially Grixis mana. I'm trying to imagine how this game looks from Alec's perspective. Looking through the deck right now, I spotted some lightning bolts. Okay, Underground Sea is found. Guess this is just like Grixis control of some kind. Force of Phil analyzing everything. There are some tells. You can definitely figure out some things about your opponent. Their sleeves, their playmat choice or lack of playmat, the way they tap. You can have an intuition for that kind of stuff, I guess. Construct comes in on end step after Tameo has become a planeswalker and has plussed.
In my upkeep, I'll make stage a copy of Saga. Sure. For my draw.
Okay, upkeep, Thespian Stage copying Urza's Saga. So Thespian Stage will then get its first chapter counter. That's how that works, because it would have 0 chapters counters on it when it becomes a copy. So now Alec is searching with the original Urza Saga and finds Needle, naming Tameo. So Tameo is shut down. I guess, although I didn't announce it, the likelihood of a Needle shutting down Tameo was pretty high there. Skateboard up next. Alec weighing here, is it even worth it to attack Tameo at this point? Just going to attack Matthew directly. I think I like that. Let's close out this game. Basic Mountain, okay. It's Number with a great question in the chat. What are your preferred land printings? You know what? I'm really glad you asked that. Consign on chapter 2 of the Urza Saga. Okay. Okay. I dig it. I'm really glad you asked about my preferred land printings because we, and by we I mean me, kicked 2 people out of the Twitch chat recently for calling my gold medal Aether lands piss lands. I've been using some Aether full art lands in my deck recently that I received in packs that I got as a gift My brother was traveling and picked up some German and French Drift packs. Drift was the newest set at the time, and I cracked one of those and meant something to me. I felt like the lands look cool. That's what I'm into. Some people will sit here and tell me like, "Oh, well, the OG Tempest lands are the best." Okay, well, I got lands from my brother who was thinking of me while traveling, and that's what I'm using. So, Raucous Theater, Force of Will into the graveyard. So go ahead and call my lands the piss lands. You'll never be back in the chat. Easy ban. Get the hell out of here. Dark Depths comes in. Try me. Merit Lage getting created now. Could be trouble. Skateboard getting equipped. Matthew might be cooked. Game 1 goes to Alec. So now Grixis will be on the play. Looks like Grixis control of some kind. Beseiju, Expiration. Expiration, a good one to counter. Here's a Force of Will. Brainstorm pitched. Expiration countered. Bloodstained Mire cracked. Good start for Matthew, I guess. Shut down that Expiration. Expiration, a good one to stop on turn 1. Good one to start if you're Alec. Ezra's with a great question. Is this live? So this question comes up a lot. If you're watching right now, it's live. But if you're watching this later, it's not live. Okay? What time is it for you watching right now? What day is it? Baleful Strix comes in. Baleful Strix 2026, folks. Another Expiration after an Urza Saga. Wasteland on the Undercity Sewer. All right. Basic Swamp. Baleful Strix makes a really threatening attack for 1. Urza Saga ticks up to 2. Thespian Stage up next. Yava Maya. This is how the lands deck overwhelms you. Cling to Dust on the Wasteland, it looks like. Cling to Dust, a neat card that we don't see that often, but it does come up here and there. All right, Kaito getting ninjutsu now. Force of Fill reminding us that the plural of Strix is Stringes or Stringes. Very interesting. I remember hearing about that. Maybe from Force of Fill.
I was waiting on it. I wasn't going to remind you.
Yeah, of course not.
All right, there's a Construct. Kaito could be under threat. Kaito should be tapped, I guess. Okay, with the search trigger on the stack, crop rotation sacking the Urza Saga. We might see a needle on Kaito. Nope, going for skateboard. Okay.
You can shortcut it.
And then Dark Depths. Oh, okay. Well, I guess I should have seen that coming. Is this game over? It looks like it.
Sure.
There's Merit Lynch. Equip. Attack. Okay. GG's. Merit Lynch wins again, folks. This is the new meta. They banned the Fantasticar, and now freaking Merit Lynch is too good. Unbelievable. GG's. Well, that was a great start to the stream. Freaking Merit Lynch again. They didn't test Dark Depths for 1v1. the plural of Merit Lynch. I guess there is only one Merit Lynch. There is no, correct me if I'm wrong, there is no card of Merit Lynch still at this point, right? There's only the token, and it's only made by 2 cards, Dark Depths and that, like, bad Modern Horizons blue enchantment that's like a fake Dark Depths. I think it's time that we get a card of Dark Depths. Of Merit Lynch, I mean. I think it's time that we get a card that we can cast for Nana called Merit Lynch the Very Evil, or whatever they would call it. And, I don't know. I think I'm ready. Let's set up another poll for the chat to decide which match will be next on today's stream. Your options will be Lands versus Reanimator, or Lands versus Mono Red Stompy. 2 minutes. Vote now in the chat. And a reminder, as we're getting started, this is all post-ban legacy. We had our first event last night, post-ban, post-Hobbit pre-release. And the queue is pretty short. So we're going to have just 2 options per poll today. Delusional Kraut, thank you for the resub with Prime, 31 months, and says we should get a car for Merit Lynch in the absence of Fantasticar. You know, you're right. Forza Phil asking the big questions here. A crash of rhinos, a murder of crows, a what of Strix? This sounds like a Jeopardy question or something. What is a stringes? A stringes. Or whatever the hell it is. A cluster? I feel like it would have to be something completely strange. Our Discord is up on your screen. Join the Discord if you're not in the Discord. All right, if nobody guesses it, by the time the poll in the chat ends, Forza Phil will be sharing the answer. That is my ruling on this matter. Delusional Kraut with a question. Is everyone adequately excited for the new Dreadhorde Lurrus hybrid we're getting? People are thinking about Bilbo Baggins. The Bagginses might be taking over. We'll see. I witnessed with my own eyes last night at the LGS a Bilbo get murdered by an Orcish Bowmaster. And I said, wow. The orcs killed Bilbo? And the player that was playing the Bilbo when it died told me to shut up. True story. Wow, the poll ended in a tie. Doctor contributed 2,100 channel points. Does anybody with big-time badges in the chat want to help us decide between Reanimator and Mono Red Stompy? Does anybody with big badges in the chat have any preference between Reanimator or Mono Red before I check what Doctor voted for here? If you don't have a badge, don't even bother answering. We're looking for big badges in the chat as a tiebreaker. Yeah, always about size. All right, let's see what Doctor voted for here. Doctor voted for Reanimator. Reanimator up next. Thank you, Doctor. Let's do it. Doctor with a strategic method of voting in the poll, it turns out. Let's get into it.
Okay, starts off. Besiege. Inspiration.
Yep.
I will play
Oh, wait, one second. I want to actually.
Okay, so there are responses here to expiration. Force of will, pitching, flow state, maybe miscommunication to start. But exploration is countered. That is not Alec, that is Adam. Let me correct that. So now a careful study for Rob. Discarding Metamorphosis Fanatic and Raph and Mikey Troublemakers. Okay.
untap, upkeep, drop. I will play Thespian Stage. Sure. How many cards in hand?
Just the four.
The 4.
There's Thespian Stage. 4 cards in hand for Rob. 2 dangerous cards in the graveyard. Might need a Crop Rot for Bajukabog here. Force of Phil letting us know that a group of Strix or Stringes is called a parliament. Very interesting. That is weird. A parliament of Stringes. Thoughtseize getting responded to with a Disruptor Flute.
Sure.
Reanimate.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so Flute on Reanimate, and the hand is revealed. Life from the Loam has to be taken. Beseiju, Talon Gates of Madara, and Dark Depths in hand. Dark Depths could be trouble.
Untap, upkeep, drop.
Sure.
Looks like Brainstorm, Island. Can't make out what the other card is in Rob's hand here. Urza Saga.
Yeah.
Brainstorm on end step. The Boseiju could come in handy for blowing up an Animate Dead, potentially. Talon Gates of Madara could come in handy if we're trying to stop a creature from attacking for a turn.
That's one. That's that. Draw.
Yeah, so far today's stream has been lands players versus players without playmats.
Understood.
Yeah.
Undercity Sewer Surveil, dumps a Thoughtseize.
Careful study.
Yeah.
Another careful study, draw 2, discard 2.
Full state polluted.
Yeah.
You're up.
Okay, Flow State, Polluted Delta discarded, and passing the turn. I'm not sure if Rob has a Reanimate, the card Reanimate in hand. I think he does. I think I spotted that. Urza Saga ticks up to 2 on Adam's side. Oh, crap. Did I say Alec a moment ago? Anyway, Adam is the one on the right. We had Alec the previous round on land, so maybe I confused the names. Dark Depths comes in.
You do it now?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Good to
then-
go?
Yeah. And I'll pass turn.
All right, passing the turn. Marit Lage on standby.
Draw.
It looks like Animate Dead was just drawn. That's good news if you're a Reanimator fan. Rapha Mikey and Metamorphosis Fanatic are in the graveyard. Metamorphosis Fanatic, of course, has the miracle mechanic. Force of Fill will be very happy if we see a miracle happen in this match. Four mana. Oh, going for the Reanimate. Okay. Oh, I guess with the Boseiju in hand, yeah, okay, that makes sense. Going ahead of the going ahead with the Reanimate. I did forget about the Boseiju, even though I just explained that a moment ago. Metamorphosis Fanatic will enter. Its ability will reanimate Raph and Mikey. This could be trouble.
Trigger? Yeah. He's attack. Yep.
Well, Archon of Cruelty is also apparently attacking, thanks to Raph and Mikey troublemakers.
You discard a card.
Yep.
I'll discard.
I think they're doing this wrong. The attack trigger would not happen here.
Life.
Yeah.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
I go to 16.
Yeah.
Draw.
Yeah.
Oh, they're doing the ETB. Okay. Fair enough. They didn't do that yet. Okay.
6 life from.
I'm at
Reanimating.
16.
Oh, got it. You're at 16?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought for some reason they already did that, but I did glance away for a moment. So they only did it once. Okay, fair enough.
And you can make him right now.
I can make him right now, yeah.
You got it.
Cool.
Okay, the threat of Merit Lage gets a concession. Adam takes game 1.
I don't know. It felt right.
Yeah.
Maybe Atraxa would have been game winning there over Archon.
Good luck, man.
Force of Fill hoping for a miracle trigger in this match. Rob will now be on the play.
I'll keep this.
Pluto Delta to start. We got a feel here for the current build Rob is playing. It's a little bit... I mean, to call it mid-rangey seems silly, but a little bit slower, right? Of a Reanimator deck. Has Force of Wills and Flow States and fun stuff like that. Mox Diamond on the stack. After a Wasteland. Not sure what Rob is up to here. Discarding Talongates of Madara.
Mox Diamond? Sure. Mox Diamond.
Another Mox Diamond.
I'll ban. Demir.
Got it. Oh my god, what's happening?
Life from Alone, targeting these two.
Okay. Life from Alome. Targeting Talongates and Yavimaya resolves. Basic Island was fetched. Maybe there's an end step play here. Okay, just an end step fetch an island. Looks like Rob just drew Surgical Extraction. That could come in handy. Chromox imprinting Archon of Cruelty. Flow State. Okay. For 1 card.
I'll take this.
Yeah.
Non-basic lands could get hit here, so Rob might be looking for the basics. I think I did see Show and Tell as in hand on Rob's side. That could get interesting. There's a basic swamp. Okay, I think they're doing the surgical here without the card being placed on the table yet. Life in a Loam has been surgical.
Let me show you that I actually have a circle.
Yeah. Oh, fair enough. Fair enough.
Life in a Loam is gone.
Any creatures besides endurance?
No.
I really like your property t-shirt.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah.
Alright, just shuffle that up. Thank
Cool.
you.
Cool.
Thanks.
Yeah. And you have how many cards left in here?
3.
3 cards in hand for Rob, who is successfully removing the Loam and revealing a hand with Endurance, Wasteland. Those were unknown cards in hand. Endurance, as you can imagine, pretty important in a matchup like this.
Play Caracas. Sure.
Caracas also pretty important. That was a good draw. Rob could be in trouble here. Okay, Show and Tell goes on the stack. Endurance will be chosen by Adam. Archon of Cruelty comes in. Discards Yavimaya. Was it correct to put Endurance then in there? Not sure. I honestly don't know. Also, it definitely was not correct to make it clear what card you're putting in, but that's besides the point.
Card tax.
I will flash this in.
Yeah, the Endurance ETB did not happen. Phasing out Talon Gates of Madara before it can attack. Reanimate on Endurance. Okay.
That's what we played for.
This is wild gameplay.
Put that on the bottom of your library. Random order.
Yeah.
You're up.
Keep dropping. Let's go game 3, man.
Oh, jeez.
Wow, going to game 3. Okay. Scoop to an Endurance. Archon of Cruelty coming back. All right. Now Adam will be on the play.
I'm good.
Okay. So I will play Seiju. Pass turn.
Undercity Series.
Okay, Undercity Sewer, Surveil.
Wait, 1 second.
Malevolent Rumble just hit the stack.
I'm not forcing it.
Yeah. Get your 18. I will pass turn.
Flow State pitch to Forest. Malevolent Rumble countered.
Yeah.
Chrome Mox imprinting Force of Will. Plays a polluted Delta and cracks it.
Coming up. Feral Force.
What is it?
Barrowglyph.
Got it. Yeah.
There's Feral Felix, the Barrogoyf. Okay. Feral Felix has arrived. That's a Ghost Quarter. That could come in handy. Need a way to stop Barrogoyf, potentially. Maze of Ith, cards like that could be effective. Disruptor Flute, okay.
Results?
Yeah.
Show and tell?
Sure.
And then I will pass turn.
Alright, so Flute on Show and Tell, trying to shut that plan down. Baraglyph will attack here.
I'm gonna trigger.
Yeah.
I'll take Felix in my hand.
Alright, another Feral Felix is found. Looked like the other card found and milled was an Otherworldly Gaze, I think. And now there are 2 Feral Felix on the battlefield. This could be trouble. Interesting build Rob has here for sure. It's got a... There's a lot going on. Looks like there's a Force of Will in hand. What is the plan here for Adam?
Ghost Quarter.
Has to beat 2 Feral Felix. Ghost Quarter on the swamp.
It's sacrifice Ghost Quarter. Destroy target lands. Roll and search your library for a basic land card.
Got it.
Put 'em back.
I will choose to search.
Okay, basic island.
And then I'll cast Life in the Loam, targeting.
And Life in the Loam on the Ghost Quarter. That could be trouble.
Coming up.
Yeah.
Actually, that's okay.
Okay.
Wait, did you play a land this turn?
No.
Oh, I want to counter.
Oh, got it.
I'm sorry. Is that
Okay.
okay?
Yeah, of course, of course.
All right, Force Pitching Show and Tell. The Life in the Loam picking up the Ghost Quarter is delayed. Rob buying time. Show and Tell is effectively shut off, so pitching that.
Pass turn.
Feral Felix and Feral Felix might be about to deliver a big hit.
2 sorcery.
Instant sorcery land. So
Yeah.
there's nice.
Yep.
Looks like 3 power on each Feral Felix.
I'm gonna fetch.
Yeah.
Mine too.
Trying to get another type in the graveyard potentially here. Not sure what the plan is. Alright, Undercity Sewers to surveil. And hope to increase the power of these Baraglyphs, maybe milling something like an Animate Dead or a Lotus Petal or something. Or just dumping a creature in there and reanimating it later. Could also be nice. Atraxa right into the graveyard. Okay, that's not too bad. So I guess these Baraglyphs grew now. Looks like the last card in hand for Rob is a Gristlebrand. I think I spotted that.
Yeah, the results. Yeah, no, I took 4.
8. It's 4 each.
5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm at 9. You're at 28.
Okay, swinging for 8 with the 2 Feral Felix. Drain 8 life. Now the mill 4 happens twice. Archon of Cruelty retrieved. Looked like another Atraxa went into the graveyard. Next trigger finds Echoing Truth. Brainstorm, another Archon of Cruelty. Okay. So 2 Archon of Cruelties found. I think Rob's hand now is 2 Archon of Cruelty and a Gristlebrand. Adam is at 9. 2 Feral Felix on the other side. Not sure if the plan here is Dredge Loam, get back Ghost Quarter anymore, right?
Sure. That comes into play.
Mox Diamond, discard Boseiju. Adam needs Terminus.
And I will
enough flashback, otherworldly gaze.
Yeah.
Otherworldly Gaze getting flashback here. Basically Surveil 3. If you can increase the power of these Bargoyves to 5, it's probably game.
I'm gonna put these in the yard.
Yeah. What are they?
Actually, I'll put everything. Otherworldly gaze, Archon, and show and tell.
Got it.
Okay, another Otherworldly Gaze, an Archon of Cruelty, and a Show and Tell dumped into the yard. Adam does have mana open. What does that tell us?
Task.
Yeah. Flash and endurance.
Sure.
Target you.
Okay, Endurance gets flashed in.
Response.
Yeah.
Otherworldly Gaze getting flashback in response. Try and set up the top of the deck, I guess. This could potentially slow down the Feral Felix and allow Endurance to make a profitable block. I think Adam's graveyard just has land, sorcery.
How many cards left?
2.
2 cards left in Adam's hand. This is a pretty important Endurance.
Put these in the yard. I'll flash back the otherworldly gaze.
Yeah.
Okay, another Otherworldly Gaze gets flashback after 3 unimportant cards get put into the graveyard.
Surgical, Raph and Mikey.
Surgical and Raph and Mikey, but left a card on top. And those cards would not be exiled.
I'll block that one.
It doesn't.
Hopefully they correct the Endurance.
Yeah.
Got it. Thanks.
So land and sorcery.
All right, so
So take 2.
7, we go to 29. Trigger
Yeah.
is for 2, right?
What is it?
I'm gonna take Harbinger.
Got it.
Harbinger.
Harbinger of the Seas found there and a Lotus Petal into the graveyard. That'll grow Feral Felix, who I think now has 4 power. Adam is at 7, and potentially facing down Harbinger of the Seas next turn. That could be big trouble.
I'll cast Malevolent Rumble.
Sure.
Malevolent Rumble.
4. Make a spawn.
Sure.
I guess the players completely missed it. The Endurance exiling the graveyard was just not correct. Those cards shuffle and go on the bottom of the library, for anyone not familiar. Life in a Loam here. Ghost Quarter, Boseiju, Yavimaya. Okay.
And then I will pass turn.
Look like Rob just drew a Show and Tell. Harbinger of the Seas up next. Shuts down a lot of Adam's game plan. Is it just chump block with the spawn here on Feral Felix?
Artifacts would be 3. I'll block and sap.
Sure. You go.
Draw.
Yep.
Or dredge.
You said draw.
1, 2, 3.
Alright, so Dredging Loam. Not sure what we could get back with Loam that's super interesting here. With Harbinger of the Seas on the battlefield. Is it better to just... I guess if we find Otawara, that could be interesting. I'm not sure if Otawara is in the graveyard right now. I don't think it is. Still, Adam's life total being 7. Feral Felix, as of right now, has 4 power, I believe.
I'll Ghost Quarter.
It's an island.
You're right. Okay.
You can take it back.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
Okay, Ghost Quarter comes in, but it is an island.
on toughness is I got instant,
I've been
sorcery,
artifact and creature.
land. So it's a 5 something. Okay, so I'm gonna die soon if I'm not careful. I will.
I think Otawara, Bounce Harbinger, after playing a Dark Depths or something like that, could be a big play for Adam in this game, but it's looking like time is going to run out quickly.
Lifelong, targeting Wasteland.
If we even have Otawara. Wasteland and Yavimaya picked up by Loam is not exciting at all.
Oh, it's simple. I already played that turn.
You can.
Good game. No, it's all good. Good games.
What were you working on?
I was just trying to figure something out. I was just
Oh, Otawara was in hand. Okay. GG's. Rob gets it. There were some stumbles in that match for sure. I think I could have broke it down further. Aside from the like game rule violation stuff, like putting the graveyard cards in exile with endurance, there were some missteps on sequencing and whatnot. And I'm not really sure what happened at the end with the Otawara. I think potentially play Dark Depths, bounce Otawara with bounce the Harbinger with Otawara and then make a Marilage was something that could potentially work out great for Adam. Adam is newish to the lands deck. Adam is a skilled player for sure. Top-aided the most recent 90s MTG Legacy Open, but maybe still hasn't worked out some of the inner workings of the lands deck. Sometimes on stream we see a little bit of what I see as behind the scenes, kind of in our practice time, our training ground, as towards the end of this year, as we move towards the end of this year, we're going to have eternal weekends and stuff like that, and many of our players will be locking in, as they say, getting a bit more reps than usual, and it's going to be fun to see that unfold over the next couple of weeks, next couple of months, especially post-Hobbit, post-BNR of Fantasticar. So we have that to look forward to leave that on a brighter note. Let's get another poll live in the chat to decide which match will be next on today's stream. Our options will be... What did we have last time? Oh, Lands versus Mono Red Stompy, or Is It versus Demir? 2 minutes. Vote now in the chat. Phantom with a great question. What was the consensus feeling of the car ban at the store last night? I think of people I spoke to, if I remember correctly, everyone was kind of like, yeah, it needed to be banned, and that's the end of it. People just kind of moving on. I don't think there was anyone grieving the loss of the car. And I think, not to put words in other people's mouths or whatever, but I think most people feel like me, where like any shakeup of any kind while playing Magic is just kind of fun in general. And whether it's a new set or a ban, figuring out the new metagame in the first couple of days, weeks, months is what makes this game fun. It keeps it interesting. I think if we just never had ban updates, and especially if we never had new sets, things would get kind of boring. I was having a conversation last night, and some people disagree with me on this, but people playing these like locked formats like pre-modern was what was being discussed. Personal preference, they just released The Hobbit. I can't imagine sifting through spoilers of a new set and just never getting a chance to play with those new cards and strictly playing a throwback format and that being all I do, I would go crazy. I need to try new Magic cards out. Like, that is a big part of the fun. I don't know. Almost out of time on the poll. Yeah, some people very upset that the One Ring is a Magic card. Lands versus Mono Red up next. I Wear Yellow Crocs contributed 450 channel points. Let's do it. Let's set this up. And I kind of have a question that, like, I want... Let's wait for the match to begin so people on YouTube could hear this. I have a question that's been itching me. And I have to ask all of you. Diving in.
Oh, that's this right there. Illegal deck.
Oh my god, that just means we want to count my cards.
Right, dude, yeah. It's a GRV.
Sure, whatever. No.
Yeah, drop.
Mountain Pass from Greg to start the match. I think Greg took him. Did Greg take a mulligan? I didn't see it. Turn 1 Grafdigger's Cage off Yavimaya. Okay. Okay. People preparing for the new meta, maybe. Grafdigger's Cage, maybe reacting to expectations from the new meta. Something to think about. Chalice of the Void, X is 1. Could shut down crop rotation. Exploration, cards like that. Hard casting skateboards. Wasteland on Silkenzen. Going after the mono red stompy mana could be effective, especially in the early turns. Mox Diamond, discarding a Thespian stage. Life and Alone, get those back. Nice opening turns here for Adam. So a question that's been like on my mind. I had someone at the LGS last night say something that got my mind going. They were talking about how they don't want to touch the newest Magic cards. We're talking about the Hobbit. The Hobbit just happened to have had its pre-release over the weekend. That's a Hexing Squelcher on Greg's side. Screaming Nemesis was imprinted on the Chromox. What is the root of that? Like, where did this all begin? Where Magic players decided, I don't want anything to do with the new Magic cards. What are your thoughts on that? And I know for some people it's Universes Beyond, and they're gonna like hand pick which ones are like feel okay for them. For some people, it's, I don't want anything to do with Strixhaven. I don't want anything to do with Kaldheim. Throw it all in the garbage. Let's start over. For you, though, if you were a person, especially if you were a person that feels this way.
Two.
I think Thespian Stage got shut down here. Where did this all begin? What is the root cause of this feeling? Explain it to me. In your own words. 50 words or less.
Yep. Yep.
All right, let's go. 10 more turns.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Untap Upkeep Dredge.
All right, dredging now is Adam finding Malevolent Rumble, Yavimaya, and Dark Depths.
Yeah. Well, it's not that bad. We got that.
Hexing Squelcher, a favorite of me from 2026, of mine from 2026. Ghost Quarter on the mountain. Another mountain gets found.
I'm going to cast Life Alone, targeting Depths. These bad boys.
Okay. Life and Alone, Dark Depths, Yavimaya, Ghost Quarter.
But I'll get you.
It's going to take a while, yeah, to completely remove all the mountains from the deck, but maybe it's a worthwhile effort. 1 mana is getting locked down here by the Tabernacle as Hexing Squelcher delivers another hit. It's going to take a while. Shadow Skull Smashing comes in.
Play another one of these.
Another Hexing Squelcher. All right, that speeds up the clock.
Untap, upkeep, dredge.
Flute, Bajuka Bog, Dark Depths.
Play Wasteland. And I will waste.
Wasteland on the Shadow Skull Smashing. Adam does want to hit an Urza Saga here, I think.
I'm gonna move to my yeah, no, it's absurd. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I gotta discard 2. Discard
Moving to discard, moving to end step or clean up. Discarding Bajuka Bog and Yavimaya.
3-4.
Yep.
10. Go ahead.
Untap, upkeep, dredge.
Mm-hmm.
Now a Dredge finds Urza Saga. That seems pretty good. Life total starting to get low.
Exploration and Urza Saga.
Up against Mono Red being below 10 life. Plays like Broadside Bombardiers and stuff like that. Power Argoyves. The game could get closed out quickly. We do need to stabilize here.
Urza Saga. I'm just gonna target the Urza Saga.
Urza Saga will be the choice. Urza Saga will be played.
Discard a thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I will pass turn after that.
Okay.
Okay, the Urza Saga constructs starting next turn. Potentially. Could be important, but we still need to figure out how to not die to a Broadside Bombardiers or a Power Wave or something like that.
Untap, upkeep, dredge.
Sure.
Although the tax on Greg's mana obviously very relevant here. Expiration, another Saga. Found with the Dredge of Life and Loam.
Ghost Quarter. I'm gonna Ghost Quarter your mountain. Find out how many.
Yes, you will.
Eventually, if I don't die first. What? Oh, thank you. First turn.
So another Ghost Quarter, found a basic mountain. Adam's gonna try and test the limits of that game plan, I guess. How many mountains would be in the deck anyway? I don't even know off the top of my head. How many would it be? All right, letting one Hexing Squelcher die could be a bad sign. Volcanic Fissure comes in.
1, 2, 3 Bombardiers.
Broadside Bombardiers, that's probably game.
Yeah, I think you got this. Right?
Attack. You can only block one of them, and I'll just throw it.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, only 6 or 7 mountains, so Chad is saying. That sounds about right. All right, so Broadside Bombardiers will close out game 1. Greg takes game 1.
Yeah. Good luck.
Good luck, man.
Oh, there you are.
7.
Okay.
Alright, you too. Go for
Okay.
it.
Play.
All right, now Adam on the play, keeping 7 on both sides. Basic Forest.
Play Mox Diamond. When it comes into play, I'll pin Thespian Stage. Malevolent Rumble.
Yeah.
All right, nice start. Malevolent Rumble. Could find something nutty. Put Loam in the graveyard.
2, 4. I'm gonna take this Wasteland. Next spawn. And
All right, a Wasteland is selected. Looks like Thespian Stage and Dark Depths are now in the graveyard. That could set up some plays for later. I don't think Loam was just put in the graveyard.
Go ahead.
Untap, upkeep, drop. Play Urza Saga, trigger.
All right, Flute came in, name Wasteland.
Then I'm going to cast her. Draw. Yep.
Saga on the board. Great start here in game 2 for Adam. Starting to make some constructs. Greg goes to 16. I don't think they updated the digital counter yet.
14, 1 out.
Yeah.
All right, the One Ring.
Go ahead.
Greg is now at 14.
At the end of your turn, I'm going to cast Once Upon a Time. Yep. 3, 4, 5. I'll take Dark Depths. Good.
All right, now has Dark Depths in hand. Passing it back. Saga will reach chapter 2.
That's my stage.
That's been staged. Okay, the combo could be coming soon.
Draw. Yep.
Greg finding Blood Moon potentially could be important here.
Funsies. Go to 11. Play Ratchet Bomb.
What is Ratchet Bomb here? I see.
Ratchet Bomb. I mean, it'll clean up the constructs and stuff like that. Trying to think what else Ratchet Bomb is capable of here. Yeah, maybe it's not that exciting. I don't know. Broadside Bombardier's attacking. No construct made to block. Could have double blocked with a construct and spawn, I get. I mean, I don't know how great that is, but at least make Greg boast before blocks or something. But maybe making the construct on end step is better. Greg's life total is 11. I mean, can we race this Broadside Bombardiers with constructs potentially if we find Skateboard? Also, potentially Skateboard into Marit Lade's next turn could be game. Fury pitching Fable. Okay.
Deal 4 damage to that.
I'll sack it for a colorless.
And Chuck at you for 7.
Yeah.
So 11.
All right, sacking Fury to the Bombardiers after forcing Adam to sack the spawn for mana. Beseiju on the Flute.
I will get a no. Go ahead.
Okay, it's my turn.
Yeah.
Untap, upkeep, drop.
Yep.
Okay.
With it. Yeah, with it.
We'll add a colorless.
Alright, I will blow up the Ratchet Bomb.
Okay.
Okay, so floating a mana with Urza Saga before the search. Ratchet Bomb getting sacked here to blow up Mox Diamond.
Just a mock.
Okay.
Actually, no, not land permanent. So yeah, so that'll just go away on its own.
Okay, so I got
You have a card.
I'll
Maybe Adam weighing here, copying something with stage before the search. Okay, so adding a green from Mox Diamond before the search. Okay, so now I'm gonna search. It looks like Skateboard could still be game winning here, right? Or am I miscounting? There's 2 mana floating. There's a land drop.
You have enough for all that?
Yeah. Because I got the one colorless from the saga. I got the green.
Yep. All right.
Okay, moving on to game 3.
Yeah. I should have played a Saga the first turn of that.
6, 7, keep.
All right, snap keep from Greg, who's on the play. Snap keep from Adam. Turn 1, Magus of the Moon. Well, that's pretty good. Once upon a time on NSEP.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll take Forest. I know, dude. Put these on the bottom like so.
The good old turn 1 Blood Moon. Basic Forest was found. That's not bad.
And cast Expedition Map.
Yep.
And pass turn.
Okay, that expedition map. What you need to be careful of here if you're Greg, is the potential Dark Depths and kill your Magus of the Moon. So Kenzin was the land drop. Thespian Stage. Malevolent Rumble up next. Oh, the sun just appeared right outside my window.
That happens sometimes. I'll make spawn,
Yeah.
and then I'll pass turn.
All right, then passing the turn after a swing and a miss with Malevolent Rumble.
Nemesis?
Yeah.
Screaming Nemesis. Okay.
Go ahead.
Tap, upkeep, drop.
I was given some interesting Gandalf lore that I didn't know about today. Do we have any Lord of the Rings fans, Middle-earth fans watching that know more about Gandalf's lore than everybody else that wants to drop an interesting fact about Gandalf in the chat
Dark Depths.
or in the comment section? Because I was vibing. I was like, wow, Gandalf is more interesting than I thought.
I will play Dark Depths.
Yep.
Harry Houdini has arrived right on time.
I'll pass turn.
Passing it back, Screaming Nemesis and Magus of the Moon are doing some damage here. Now a second Screaming Nemesis, big attack.
Go ahead.
Marit Lage pending, but no skateboard.
Yeah.
That is the match. Turn 1, Magus of the Moon, basically the MVP of Game 3. Greg gets it. GG's. GG's. Harry says, I also hear that Bilbo is off to a good start. Is Bilbo tier 1, chat? Wow. Wow. I'm going to fix my shades in a moment. So I don't have this crazy sun in my face. Let's set up a poll, though, before I fix that. Which match next? Your options will be, you're going to vote in the chat. Demir versus Lands or Demir versus Boros. 2 minutes. I'm going to step away and fix my blinds. Vote now in the chat. Okay, that's a little bit better, but not great. Vote now in the chat. A little over a minute on that. I invite all of you to join the 90s MTG Discord. It is up on your screen. Less than a minute. Phantom says Lands needs a win. Yeah, we've seen Lands struggle on today's stream. Daniel says, hey, everyone. We were talking about this earlier. are all happy with the car gone. I think people are satisfied. I think. Yeah, spin some bagels in the chat if you're here. Or another emote if you prefer. Close vote in this poll, by the way. People are trying to rig it. Spending some channel points, it looks like. Almost out of time. And it has been decided Demir versus Lands will be next. Hesh contributed 2,700 channel points. Let's set this up. Let's set this up. Yeah, a bunch of lands today. People are voting for it. Diving in.
Anytime my opponent goes turn 1 wild growth, I know that. Very elegant part of
Okay, looked like Alec kept 7, but Ed mulled to 6. Mox Diamond discards a Bajuka Bug. Yava Maya, Life from the Loam. Great start for Alec. Turn 1 Tameo for Ed. All right, both players with a great start. Dredging Loam, Mox Diamond, Skateboard, Exploration. Wasteland on the Underground Sea. Life from the Loam. This is what the lands deck does. Ed in some trouble. Wasteland retrieved. Now a Brainstorm that could flip Tameo, and can't Wasteland the Tameo. Alec might need a Disruptor Flute or start making some constructs or something like that.
Take 3 down 16. Sure. Marked up. So it's really white.
Looked like a dredge happened and dumped a flute. Bajuka Bog exiles Ed's graveyard. Now Life from the Loam. Gonna need a way to beat Tameo's ultimate, potentially. Saga, Yavamaya, another copy of Loam after the dredge. Do we even have enough time to deal damage to Tameo? Looks like Ed's holding a Force of Will. We could see a tempo Force of Will. Okay. Saga up next. Really unlucky with the dredges. Maybe a little bit. Tameo currently at 6 loyalty. 7 needed for the ultimate. End step Surveil with Undercity Sewers. I think in a situation like this, a Tameo ultimate is game winning, basically.
Yep. So I go to 16. Because now you're just going to get your 3rd land, play a big thing, and protect Tameo.
All right, kept it on top. Tameo up to 8. Wasteland on Saga, not bad. Well, Tamio Ultimate pending, need Otawara or something. Wasteland on the Sewers. We have seen a couple of times on stream a Tamio Ultimate get beaten just by out-grinding somehow. Tamio Ultimate on the stack. So Alex started the game with the Wasteland Loam plan, I guess. Tamio managed to flip, and basically Alec wasn't able to interact with it in any meaningful way. Dredging Loam to get back nothing of relevance until Urza Saga late, which immediately got wastelanded. No flute. I'm curious what lands players watching think. I mean, should Alec have not dredged and hoped to draw a flute? Or, like, does anybody have thoughts on, like, how these first couple of turns played out that maybe Alec could have done something differently? Ghost Quarter on the island. I mean, it is possible that Ed won't be able to beat Alec here if he has no lands. That is a realistic way Alec still wins this game. Is it going to be difficult to do? Absolutely. Do we need some good luck? For sure, but... Alright, so... Flashing in Bowmaster after the island gets Ghost Quartered. Grafdigger's Cage. Pass the turn. Tamio will plus. I think it's supposed to be at 3. I think Alec not having an exploration will be the difference maker here. If Alec had exploration, Loam, Wasteland plus Ghost Quarter, it's realistic that Alec could still win this game by just Ed not having any mana. There's Bilbo the Thief. First appearance on 90s MTG. Thief of the Night.
Cards in hand? 3.
3 cards in hand for Alec now. Force Pitching Days on Malevolent Rumble.
I'm gonna swatch. 17, make a Sand Warrior. Yep.
Juris is back from watching the BNR update video. Really a joke what Carmen says. Maybe go outside. Harry Houdini says Tamio going up by 1s. Yeah, that's not correct. Maybe they just corrected it. I'm not sure. Dark Depths, Yavamaya, Boseiju revealed in hand by a Thoughtseize. Nothing really super threatening there. Tamio up to 5, which is correct. People watching like the live stream of Wizards explaining their BNR announcements, crashing out about it. I'll never understand. Like, why are you even watching it if you're just gonna get upset? What the hell are you doing? Close the laptop, step out for a while.
Floating green, cast Abundant Growth, targeting.
Alright, Life in the Loam dredging here. Alex still trying to put up a fight, which is worthwhile if you're trying to practice for competitive events. Force of will here on the loan makes sense. Slow things down. This game is, you know, the window Alec had to potentially still win despite the ultimate. That window is closing fast. Dark Depths just hit the board.
You have 1 minute left. Yeah. I can access
Richard and Pizza says, I liked how they said they will now consider Legacy and Vintage when releasing Commander products like they were not doing it before. I don't know. To be honest, just be like transparent with everybody, these are not things I care about or lose sleep about. I just don't care. Sometimes at the LGS, people are explaining to me like, yeah, they said they freaking didn't bother testing. I just don't care. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm the biggest sucker in the world and Wizards just steals my money from me or whatever you want to say, but I just don't care.
enter. Yep.
Picking up Force of Will with Tamio. Now Baragoyf, likely the kill shot here. Yeah, or abuser Wizards of the Coast, exactly. Like the way some people frame it, like we are like being abused by Wizards of the Coast is just laughable. And yeah, it's true. If they are making adjustments to make things a little bit better, why not?
I could get a nomination.
I think it's the game anyway.
All right, Alec conceding here. Put up a fight, but it is hard to overcome the Tamio Ultimate, as all of you probably already know. Lands will now be on the play here for game 2. Thespian Stage past the turn. Not too crazy of a start. Turn 1 Tamio from Ed. Ghost Quarter right away. All right. Didn't search the deck. There was a basic swamp in there. I guess the swamp is in hand. That's the way it goes, I guess. Not sure who has priority now. I guess Alec. Has a Mox Diamond. Sequencing could be important here. Tamio is sitting on the other side of the board. We saw how that went previous game. Tabernacle discarded, past the turn. Okay. Life and Alone, Ghost Quarter, and Tabernacle are in the graveyard. I see a Brazen Borrower in Ed's hand. That could come in handy later. Force of Negation, not bad. Pitching that Brazen Borrower, I guess it won't come in handy later. Wasteland up next. Nope. Yavimaya up next. Maybe he has crop rotation. There have been some important opening plays here in game 2. That Force of Negation was huge. Do not want that Ghost Quarter and Tabernacle coming back anytime soon. Second clue. Wasteland on the Thespian stage. Crop rotation happens. Sacking the Thespian stage. What do we want here? Maybe Caracas? Caracas seems decent. Going for Saga. Okay. I guess the plan is to start making some constructs as soon as possible. I guess a brainstorm in response to Caracas could be catastrophic, but you don't have to proactively activate the Caracas. I just don't know. Wasteland the next play. Saga on standby to start making some constructs. Next turn could search. Could potentially find a needle and shut off Tamio if needed. Things to think about if you're in the Demir seat here. Tamio attacks, makes the third clue. I see a Wasteland in hand going right after the Saga. Makes sense. Make a construct. Leave Wasteland open. I like it. The wrong construct token. So no needle. No skateboard, no any of that.
This is a playable hand.
Looks like Malevolent Rumble was just drawn. That's not bad. If it finds another loam, that could be great. Malevolent Rumble resolves. Boseiju, Endurance, Skateboard, Mox Diamond. Do we want Skateboard here? Or Endurance? Endurance seems not bad. RIP Skateboard in game 2, I guess. Make a spawn. Endurance available for future turns. Okay, for this turn, now with the Urza Saga. Gonna go for Endurance right away. I like the proactive Endurance here. Get rid of the graveyard and make Murktide a little bit harder to cast. Attack for 2. Yeah, I like the Sorcery Speed Endurance there. Oh, smart play. Alec now Hellbent. Not ideal. No loam in the graveyard. But has a Saga on standby. Has a Wasteland on standby. Tamio can't really attack here, which is good news. The clues every turn, it adds up. Potentially... I mean, emptying out the graveyard a bit further. What was in the graveyard before? Because I'm thinking about Bilbo and Tamio minusing and stuff like that. There wasn't really anything in there, I guess. There's the basic swamp that was sandbagged, I guess. Flute. Needle off the top.
3-6.
All right, big attack. Tamio shut off on the reverse side. So flutes and needles doing some damage. There's a ponder for Ed. Looked like a surgical was in the mix there. There's no loam in the graveyard right now, but we know about Tabernacle and Ghost Quarter in the graveyard, and I think the way things could go horribly wrong for Ed here in game 2 is if Life and a Loam shows up. Oh yeah, the island that was in play was in Ed's graveyard, but got shuffled back into the deck with the endurance. That is actually, I mean, maybe there's an argument that the endurance backfired because of that. Ed was able to find a basic island. We'll have to see how the rest of this game plays out. That could end up being really important, that basic island being put back into the deck by endurance. That might have been something that I overlooked, Alec overlooked, but Ed might have been happy to get that island back. Chat picking up on potentially a very important play here in game 2 that wasn't super obvious when it happened. Searching now with Urza's Saga. Skateboard is out. Needle is already on the table. Will it just be a Mox Diamond or something like that? Expedition map sometimes comes up. What would be the worst artifact for Alec to find here? Like, just the worst. What would be the worst?
Yes. Yep.
That looks like Shadow Spear. Okay. Okay, things are getting interesting.
You're right, excuse me. Cast off swap run. Yep. Go back up to 3 energy. 2.5.
Equipping Shadow Spear. Here we go.
Yep.
Attacker with Endurance. Attacker with the Construct. Construct appears to be a 4/4.
Deal.
Alright, that Endurance just did a lot of damage. There's a Saga. Pretty good. Yeah, the Sagas can't make constructs because of the flute. In case anybody missed that. But might not need to. There's a Wasteland on standby. That may not even be needed in this game. Brainstorm for Ed, looking for answers. Ed needs 2 Dark Banishings.
And then
You can't even terror a construct token, right?
it is your go.
Also, this is just an aside. I don't know how relevant this is to the legacy meta, but we had multiple players last night show up wearing Imperial insignias on their clothing, as you see in the top left of your screen right now. What does that mean, chat? Is there something going on that I don't know about? Surgical on Thespian stage. Here we go. So no Marit Lages in this game, it seems. Ed is at 7. There's a lot of power on the other side of the board. Surgical on Thespian stage doesn't stop the construct and endurance. Phantom says there could be a slight overlap in Magic players and people who enjoy Star Wars. Nah, I don't think so. Magic players don't like other IPs. Magic players are like obsessed with like Jace and Urza and The other cringe Magic players, Magic characters.
Oh yeah.
Murktide region has arrived. What about the lore, Chad? Urza Saga ticks up to 2. The Johnny spin-off show? What?
And step off.
Saga can't make constructs, don't forget. 6/6 Murktide on the other side makes attacks here quite a bit worse. That was a pretty good Murktide region. Wizard of the Coast just did a BNR announcement. They didn't even bother to update the watch list and tell us if Murktide is still on it. Of course, that means they don't care about me personally. Wizards of the Coast never gave me a hug and a kiss. They don't care about us. I just want to be held. Cracking a clue. Passing it back. If Alec can get like a Talon Gates and phase out Murktide, this game could end. Gonna search now with Saga. Is there anything? Skateboard is unfortunately knocked out here. Otherwise, that would be excellent right now. What can Alec find? Key to the hidden door or whatever it's called. Target creature can't be blocked. Here we go.
Hold on.
Yeah, you make that one. I'm such a fucking idiot. I tapped out there. I had no reason to do that.
Ed, realizing a mistake, did not think of key to the side door as a possibility. Children's Edict was in hand, but beaten by key to the side door in game 2. It's a new meta, everybody. Wake up. Going on to game 3. Better be ready for key to the side door.
Yeah, if that wasn't there, I could have bought myself an extra with the confinement up.
Ed wondering why he cracked the clue.
I mean, you keep the confinement, but then
New cards. The new cards will get you. We were talking a bit earlier how I couldn't possibly continue playing Magic without having access to new cards to try. Key to the side door looks promising so far. And yes, Ekin with great advice for the chat. Memorize every card. You have to do it. Multi 5 it looked like for Alec. Looked like Ed kept 7. Mox Diamond. Promising start. Discards a Wasteland. Urza Saga. Life from the Loam. Making some powerful plays here in game 3. Gets back the Wasteland. Yeah, it's a good idea to make flashcards of Magic card names and abilities just to constantly keep practicing. Folks, memorize every single Magic card, and you will be rewarded. You will be hoisting the trophy at FNM. Dothy Voidwalker. That's pretty good. So now the Life from the Loam dredge stuff quite a bit worse. Oh man, did Ed fetch a swamp? That obviously is not allowed. Expedition map. That's one of those common mistakes. The fetch lands do cause some errors sometimes. Ezra says I don't play Arena, so I MTG flashcard on the toilet. Yeah, so if you do play Arena, keep in mind your opponent is on the toilet. But if you don't play Arena and you do use the toilet and want to up your game, you could use Magic the Gathering flashcards. That's a great tip also. Force of Will pitching Flow State on the Expedition map. Good card to counter in this situation. I think Voidwalker, a favorite of mine. Urza Saga reaches Chapter 3 and will now search Floating a Mana. Was not able to make any constructs. Is it time to needle? I remember, I mean, this is like a long time ago at this point, probably 7-8 years ago. I was playing in a competitive Legacy tournament.
I'll say Polluted Delta.
Needle on Polluted Delta. I was playing a competitive Legacy tournament, and I fetched with, I don't know, Bloodstained Mire or something, and I found an island, and a judge was watching and pointed it out, gave me some kind of warning or something, and I was so flustered and like just like one mistake led to another kind of situation where I was just like falling apart on the table, and like that memory stuck with me. I think sometimes memories like that keep you alert. Five damage comes in. There is a Bowmaster and Orc Army now on the table. Key to the Side Door is back on the table, although it's not as interesting right now. That Dothy Voidwalker ended up huge. Ooh, there's a Tabernacle. That ain't bad. So the Orc Army and Bowmaster are gone. We're going to pay for Voidwalker. Yeah, sometimes it could be hard to recover after a mistake. And this was like the memory I was just talking about where I made the mistake with the fetch land was one of those situations where, you know, I'm at one of the top tables. I'm one of the last matches left in the round. And not only is the judge watching my match, but there's like 25 people watching my match. And I was somewhat new to Legacy at that time. And, you know, it was just an error, like fetching the wrong land. I just started falling apart. I did end up winning the game, I remember, actually. But it was a Deathrite Shaman duel. And I came out on top, chat.
God.
Still lost though, so no harm. It's like
Dark Depths on the table. The Stealthy Voidwalker on the verge of attacking for lethal. Is Alec cooked? Fist bump. GG's. That Stealthy Voidwalker put in work in Game 3. Demir gets it. We did get to see some new cards from the Hobbit in that match. I think the first appearance of Bilbo, right? And of Key to the Side Door. Both cards that in recent weeks when we were doing live streams, people brought up, and they look promising so far. So far. Yeah, new cards in action. All right, let's set up another poll for the chat. Keep things moving along. Which match next? Your options will be Demir versus Boros or Demir versus Enchantress. You have 1 minute. Vote now in the chat. I will invite everyone watching to join our Discord if you haven't already. I'll share some more of our important links in the chat as we wait for the live chat to vote in a poll happening right now. Tell us which match you want to watch next. It's a whole new meta. Our spreadsheets. First thing I did when I woke up this morning was I took my spreadsheet and I threw it in the trash. And then I burned it. We're starting over. We're starting over. It's a whole new meta. All right, lots of votes are coming in this poll. Looks like people are trying to rig this thing. And Paulo contributed 4,650 channel points. Demir versus Boros will be next, whether you like it or not. Let's do it. That poll was rigged. Paulo was not messing around. All right, let's get into it.
No, that's wrong.
7 feet. I would fuck it up.
All right, on the left, I am joining us with Boros Energy. Ed back on the right. Companion reveal, Gigantha the Wellspring, chat. Wow.
Yep.
Turn 1, Tamio. Going right after the Tamio with a swords. It is gone. I was sharing some of the lore behind the basic planes I use in this deck earlier on today's stream. They have lore.
Before you draw it.
No fear of the days. Windswept Heath gets correct. Voice of Victory up next. In recent years, I've been playing mostly non-blue decks. And the card days, I'm just not afraid anymore.
You want to respond?
Yeah, I'm gonna do it with 16. I'm
Okay.
sorry, I'm a fucking idiot.
So you're shooting me, I guess?
Yeah, I'll just shoot.
All right, Bowmaster in response to Voice of Victory.
What is getting that time? What is it, like 10 o'clock already? 9:30? I'm like,
You got one strike. I got none.
my brain is still 3 more. That's what we need to do. Start saving one.
So Bowmaster dealt 1 damage to me. Voice of Victory makes my plays in the coming turns a bit more exciting. If you're Ed here, you probably want to remove that Voice of Victory from the board. Presenting an attack. And I'm thinking it's Kaido time. Although, to be honest with you, with Voice of Victory on the table right now, I'm not super worried about Kaito. He's going to have to stun here if he wants the ninja to live. So Kaito comes in, stuns Voice of Victory.
Yeah. That is going to be a problem.
I am under the protection of Voice of Victory here. A Johnny up next. Cannot cast balls on my turn. Me and Ed are keeping track of strikes here, and that is strike 2 for Ed. So a Johnny plus a Cat Warrior. Voice of Victory with 1 stun counter on it. What does Kaito want to do here? Attacks don't look great. Playing this energy deck, Kaito, not really a card I'm worried about. Can it be good? Yes, but most of the time when it shows up, I just kill it almost immediately. Or we end up in situations like this where Kaido can't even attack. Unless a Johnny gets removed, I guess. Nothing to wasteland on my side. See a little bit of Ed's hand. I think I see a flow state in there. We knew about a force of will, which was accidentally revealed. Okay, Barrelgoyf ain't bad. Barrelgoyf ain't bad. It's Fertile Felix.
Pretty bad.
The last stun counter.
The final stun counter gets removed from Voice of Victory. Another thing that came up last night, chatting with some friends at the LGS, it seems like in the Legacy world, let me correct that. In the Magic world, the Boros energy deck is not liked. Like, it doesn't do great on our YouTube channel. It doesn't usually, except for today, do great in our Twitch polls. Why do people hate the Boros energy deck? Is it because of Modern? Do people play Modern and then, like, hate the deck because it was the best deck in that format? Is that where it comes from? Or is there something else that I'm missing? Fatal push on a Johnny. Johnny gets removed. Makes the attacks a bit better here with Barrelgoyf and Kaito. Gonna keep Barrelgoyf on defense and swing with Kaito. I accept the hit for 4. There is a Kaito emblem.
Yeah, so 1 damage plus 4. It gives him +1. Oh, so yeah, you're right. Yep.
0 Kaito here. Surveil 2 draw.
Somewhat annoying, but we can get through this.
Now a brainstorm. Lamb says I don't normally watch your Boros Energy videos because I have it all in my Modern tables. Okay, so maybe there's like an oversaturation on YouTube of Boros Energy stuff, and it just doesn't feel as interesting. That could be it. That's an interesting point. Because I know Boros Energy is a deck in Timeless. It's a deck even in Cube. People draft Boros Energy. Maybe just Boros Energy isn't as appetizing. Just isn't as like, oh my god, Boros Energy. I haven't seen that before. Not as exciting. All right, Guide of Souls up next. And then a Johnny. Under protection of 2 Voice of Victory right now. Guide of Souls triggers. It might be the pilot. Yeah, it might be me. Could be.
You're gonna put all the text on the front of the flip card?
I was telling someone recently, like, you know, the videos of me playing on the channel don't do particularly great. I mean, I don't think anyone gives a damn that I'm playing. That plays no role in the outcome of the videos. Someone was telling me like, "Oh, you should put yourself on camera more. People will be excited by that." I'm like, nobody cares. Not that I need them to, but it's just nobody cares. All right, attacking with 2 Voice of Victory here, making some warriors and a bunch of Guide of Souls triggers. I'm just mapping this out as we figure out this turn.
I'm gonna jump one of the Voices of Victory. This is attacking here. One of the warriors will attack here, and the rest is at you. So I'm now at 3 energy. This has +2/+2 and 5.
All right, so Voice of Victory will get the +2/+2 in flying. Baraglyph is going to block the other Voice of Victory. Looks like Kaido's getting knocked out, and as of right now, Ed is taking 5, I believe.
You're gonna lose 1 total life. Oh no, you're.
Oh, there's lifelink from Baraglyph. All right, we're going to figure this out. So there were 3 warriors and a cat warrior coming at Ed. Voice of Victory died to the Baraglyph. Wasn't super worried about that. Happy to get Kaido off the board and pass the turn. Johnny didn't flip. Not yet. Have a cat warrior on my side available to block if Baraglyph dares to attack. Flow State up next. Elaborate a bit more on what I was saying a moment ago. I tend to intentionally not put my matches on camera. Number one, we have other people at the event. I am already on camera. You see me right now. And I want to get as many people on camera as I can each round. I also, as the host, like, I already saw my match. Maybe it's more interesting for you, but it's not as interesting for me to watch my own matches. Maybe other people watching their own matches, it's interesting, but I just kind of like, yeah, I know how I don't know. I find a match I haven't seen before makes a better show, I think. That's my opinion. Let me know what you think in the comments or in the chat. Whether you think me hosting and looking at my own match is more or less interesting. If you have thoughts on that, I'm curious. So there's a flying 3/5 Voice of Victory available to attack here. Baraglyph now at 4 power. I think we're going to update that momentarily to 5. I vaguely remember that Kaito wasn't remembered in the yard yet. I do still have 3 energy right now, so something else could potentially jump up in the air.
Go to combat. Swing at you. Make 2 warriors. Gain 2 life, 2 energy.
I do this a little bit out of order right now, but I'm still thinking about my attacks. I think Guide of Souls is also attacking here, if I remember correctly. This deck just has so many triggers, sometimes it's hard to keep up.
Do that.
I'm gonna take 3, 6, and
Alright, so Guide of Souls will jump itself up in the air. Big attack.
Yeah.
I'll try to block warriors. So I'll gain 4, lose 3 here. So 1 different. Well, I gain 1.
Yeah, you counted these already?
I counted these already.
Okay.
That was 6.
Okay.
So that's at 11, and then I gained 1 pretty much. So
Alright. Delivered a hit. Sand Scout now. Wasteland on Underground Sea. That gets rid of the swamp. Make a Sand Warrior. Gain a life, gain an energy. Going off a bit here.
Did I count this one yet? No. Okay. Here we go.
Looks like it's going to be tough for Ed with the Game 1 version of the deck to beat my current board, is how I'm feeling while I'm playing this game. Not much that can go wrong. Do get worried about cards like Murktide Regent, though. It's going to be a good blocker at minimum. The hope here is to flip a Johnny and close this out. I do have the red permanent with the Sand Warrior and can make some warriors with the Voice of Victory as well if I need to. But right now I haven't had a way to lose a cat warrior. I've dared Ed to block my cat warriors a few times now. Maybe the play for the next turn is just attack with the cat warriors. We'll see.
16 trigger for the thingamajig. Brainstorm trigger.
A source of plowshares or something like that could also change the combat math.
So
He's at 2/2?
Yes.
Oh, so did we miscount last turn then?
Yeah, it's fine.
Alright, so you got one more life.
Okay, we miscounted Baragor's power last turn. We corrected that. I think I mentioned that a moment ago. So Murktide is a 6/6, I believe, and is going to be pretty effective here at holding back my flyers, or at least making me think about holding them back. Sand Scout's a card I've been really liking in this Boros Energy deck. Did I miss the tutor for a desert? Or did I have the same amount of lands? I don't remember. All right, another Guide of Souls seems pretty gross. Or maybe Ed had the same amount of lands as me, actually. I'd have to go back and watch that moment. I was saying before, this deck has a lot of triggers. There's a lot to keep track of.
Well, time stepping up. He's not talking. Well,
Swing with a cat.
Oh, great.
Swinging with a cat. Willing to waste some energy on it. We have plenty of energy coming in. Ed's going to take 4.
It's your go.
Another wasteland. I have not been able to flip this Ajani. That's been kind of important in this game 1. Still game 1.
Waste the city traders.
All right, game 1 goes to energy. Overwhelmed with cats. Moving on to game 2. Gigantha revealed as the companion. Another turn 1 Tameo, another turn 1 Swords, this time with the days to protect it. Uh-oh. Folks, I am not afraid of the magic card days. I'm not afraid. Harry with a great question, is this live? We are live right now. If you're watching this, no matter where you are, no matter what time it is, we are live. So Tameo has made a clue. I'm thinking about my follow-up here. Early flip Tameos could be problematic for my deck. Guide of Souls up next, then a fetch. Ocelot Pride.
Go to my end step, make a cat, gain a life, gain her energy. And then it's your go.
All right, made a cat, got 2 energy. Not bad. Not bad, turn 2.
Becomes fodder to
Tamio on blocking duty, it seems. I am aware of the magic card Orcish Bowmaster. It's new. It just came out in the Hobbit. Maybe watch out for that one.
One more creep. Huh? One more creep. Trying to get someone back.
That's a wasteland. Voice of Victory. I'm gonna tell Ed here with this Voice of Victory, you're gonna have to cast that Bowmaster now. Kills my Ocelot Pride.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going for something.
Alright, Voice of Victory hits the board, gain a life, gain an energy. Not happy to lose my Ocelot Pride, but if it was going to happen anyway, at least I didn't lose anything else. Goddess Souls has put itself... gave itself 2 +1/+1 counters and a flying counter, then a Wasteland and Underground Sea, hoping to slow Ed's game plan down. Has another land drop, though. Flow state for 1, I'm not worried about. I really like having Voice of Victory on the board with Guide of Souls, of course, but also my follow-up plays can't be stopped. I see a Shoulder's Edict. I'm not sure how interesting that card is at the moment. Passing it back. Tamio, not a great blocker for my flyer. Bowmaster and Orc Army, also not great blockers. Ed tapped out, and I'm under the protection of Voice of Victory. Feeling pretty good about my chances here in Game 2. Things that could go wrong. Murktides, Barrogoyfs, Massacres. Toxic Deluges, etc. Alright, Lassatep Quarry gets played, then an Ocelot Pride. Two Ocelot Prides, it turns out.
Swing, make 2 warriors, 2 life, 2 energy, then we're gonna put 2 counters on here.
Putting my Voice of Victory up in the air. Keeping track of energy.
City's Blessing, trigger, before blocks.
Alright, just hit 10 permanents, so I do have the City's Blessing.
I'll just block it to
Tamio blocks a warrior. Ed drops to 10. It's a pretty big attack.
Yeah, I am going to have a disgust against them. So I'm going to get hit for 4. So there's 6 of these. 6 of these. No, sorry. 12 of these. 6 of these. Right?
Uh-oh. 12 warriors, 6 cats.
I'm going to
Gain 18 life. Oh, man. Full disclosure, after this game ended, I sold my collection, and I bought a Riftbound starter deck.
You gotta play to your house, right?
Yeah, I'm going to...
Yeah, Ed, you have to play to your outs.
The ones that's going away to Swords of Sky.
I mean, Toxic Deluge, Massacre, these are real Magic cards that I am worried about on this current board. I mean, I overextended a little bit here. I knew getting the city's blessing was basically game winning on this current board. Let's see what Ed has off the top. Had to brainstorm first, which is not a great sign.
You didn't kill one of the warriors in combat, right? No.
Probably. Yeah. I'm gonna shuffle then.
Okay, fine. You're right.
All right, I shuffle, then I brainstorm. Ed, I think, realizing that Massacre may be the only relevant card left in his deck, and even then, in trouble.
It's not looking good.
2, 8.
GG's, not even Bilbo can save you. Energy gets it. And, you know, chat, honestly, the reason I won the match, here's your tip of the day. I memorized every single Magic card. That was a huge advantage in that match. I had an enormous advantage. I was favored in the matchup because I memorized all the Magic cards that exist and all the versions. Oh, I never saw that secret lair before. That's not an excuse. Okay? Folks, this stuff is serious. And some of you need to start taking this game seriously. If you're going to end up in the finals of the next Pro Tour, you have to start memorizing all the cards. Make flashcards. Start, with your friends, maybe, schedule some sessions you can get on Discord and start running through Scryfall and, the Hobbit set just came out. The Marvel superhero set is most recent. Have you memorized those cards yet? Or are you falling behind? Step your game up, everybody. Stick around for a raid. I'll see everybody soon. Peace out.